let's start with the consolidated portfolio space. This is where the company leaders can have an at-a-glance view at some key processes and metrics around the business. As you can see, we keep using Confluence to organize and deliver our information for the stakeholders. Let's start by looking at this log time report. Here, at a glance, we can see how we're performing against our project time targets. And I can click into any of those data points, and I can drill either to the raw information, the issues themselves, or I can drill across a number of parameters. For example, I want to understand what are the contribution to this variance between actual and plan, let's say by service type. Okay, and this is how you notice that the data renders in the context of what I'm viewing, what I'm interested in. And here I can immediately see that the biggest contributor towards overspending, overbilling the time against the target would be market research. It's also content strategy design, while digital marketing is actually doing great. So this kind of report is something that is very useful for me when I'm in a timesheet approval role, right? So here I can just quickly jump into the project which interests me. For example, you might remember have this Kanban board with all the timesheets across all projects that are submitted for my approval. And for B1, I can see that one of them is again overbilled, the other one is fine. And if I go here, select the B1, and I see, okay, so this is the variance for B1. What else I can do is I can actually jump to the next report, which is the project profitability report. And here I can see how all the projects are doing at a glance in terms of the gross revenue, the build time, gross profit and gross margin. And I can see that B1 is actually the lowest in terms of gross margin. So I should be really careful when making the decision about approving those timesheets. Or perhaps what I can do is I can select the option of splitting time. In this way, I will write off part of this time to unbillable.